Hello guys and welcome to another J.H.A.Gaming video. My name is Jay and we're going to get straight into it with another episode. Here we go! Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of J.H.A.Gaming Does Minecraft. Now, in this episode I am going to show you how to build these two contraptions behind me. The gigantic one, as you can probably see, is a melon and pumpkin farm, and I am going to show you how to build it. It's not exactly the most huge yield of them all, but it's only supposed to be for a starter base. So for you starting out, as long as you've got even just a couple of pumpkin seeds and a couple of melon seeds, you can start out and build this project. Now the next one we're going to build, and the first one actually we're going to build, is this one here, which is a cobblestone generator. Very simple to build, very easy to build, absolutely zero redstone and cheap to build, and it also helps you if you don't exactly like mining, you can use this instead. So I'm going to spin around and whoop, there we go. I'm going to spin around and straight away we're going to make a start on this one behind me. So here goes, and just so you know, this is going to be an up and coming episode, which is a gigantic high yield iron farm. I'm going to show you how to build that very soon. That's not this episode though. First of all, we are going to build this cobblestone generator. So for this we are going to need a load of trapdoors, and as you can see here, some stone steps and some dirt. That is all you're going to need mainly, although if you want an auto collection system you can use some hoppers and a chest like I'm going to use here. So first things first, let me show you how to make an infinite water source, because I know a lot of you are going to think, well, you know, I could be miles away from water. All you need is two water buckets. You put one by there and you put one by there, and then as long as you always collect from the middle one, you'll always have an infinite water source. That is your first priority, is to get an infinite water source. Now obviously we don't need one because I'm in creative, as you can see. However, lava you will need 2 buckets of. Water you will need 1 bucket and an infinite water source, or you'll need 4 buckets, it's up to you. You will also need 1, 2, 3, 4 hoppers. You will also need a load of spruce trapdoors. I believe it is 42 that you need. You will need at least a double chest. You will also need some temporary blocks, which I'm not going to use temporary blocks because I'm in creative anyway. You will also need a load of dirt. You will also need, and I keep saying also need, a couple of stairs. You'll need 4 stairs in total. And let's just yeah, I believe that is it. So here we go. This is the footprint here. It is a 5 by 2. And the first thing you can do, just to make your life easier, is go 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then by here you want to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. So as all 4 of these hoppers are going into these 2 chests. That's your lower level done completely. Now it's up to you whether you want to completely build the whole thing first and then put your trapdoors on just to make it look pretty, or if you want to just put your trapdoors on now. I do it layer by layer, but it is entirely your choice what you want to do. So the bottom should look something like this. This will be a collection area. This isn't necessary. You could just put dirt blocks here and collect it the old-fashioned way, but I find that with an auto collector you don't have to stop and start. You can just constantly hit this area and mine. So now what you want to do is you want to put 4 temporary blocks in here, followed by 4 fixture blocks. You can then go around again. Nope, my mistake. 1 there, 1 there. There, and there. There. You get the point. All the way around. Close all of these. Well, actually, close the top ones. Leave the bottom ones open. You can leave the end ones shut if you really want to as well. So that is it. You can then go ahead and take these ones out. Now this is going to be where your lava is going to go, but it's not going to go there yet. So now you want to put a temporary block, get rid of that one, and go 1, 2, 3. So you have something that looks like that. And then either get up on top or get on top of them and shift click, whatever you prefer. You want to go 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then you can get rid of those 4 blocks there. That will be your water source area. What we are going to do is we are going to waterlog these steps. Now, like I said, none of these trapdoors are necessary apart from the ones on the ends of these steps and the ones around the middle section here that are still open. So if I open them all up, the ones that are open, whoops, oh, I ended up in the water then. The ones that are open are the ones that are necessary for the build. But other than that, the rest of them are purely cosmetic. So I'm going to close them all up now. Apart from this layer, because I need that to stay open for a while. Then you want to go ahead and you want to put a water source in each one of these steps. That is very important, because if you don't put one in each one of the steps, this won't work. Then you can go ahead and you can make sure that those lines line up, because that will make my brain itch. There we go. And those ones don't line up, which means those ones aren't going to line up either. Nope. Oh well, just line the roof up. That'll do. So there we go. Now you've put your water source in, you can now go ahead and you can put your lava in. And you only need 2 pieces of lava. You can either put them in the middles or you can put them either end. It is entirely up to you. It makes no difference. I usually put 4 pieces in, but you don't need to. You only need 2. The reason you only need 2 is because flowing lava is what causes the cobblestone generator to work. Do not put a piece of trapdoor on here, but you can put trapdoors here and on here. And there we go. That is your cobblestone generator completely done. What I will do now, just to show you, is I will get rid of all of this. I will go ahead and I will grab myself a pickaxe. Obviously, it's got to be diamond. And I will also go into survival mode. So, game mode, survival, enter. So now I'm in survival mode. I'm really hoping something doesn't come along and eat me, but it doesn't seem to be anything here. Okay, and now as you can see, you can just go ahead and constantly mine. It doesn't matter how far down the line you get. Obviously, if you've got a highly enchanted pickaxe, you're going to get further than I am. You will pick up 1 or 2 yourself. As you've seen, I've just advanced to the Stone Age. If you don't want that to happen, just stand further away. But they will come out and they will land on top of the chest. So there you go, I'll leave that there, and there we go. 39 pieces of cobblestone in, what, a couple of seconds. So as you can see, it's very easy to make. It's also a very good source of easy building materials, because, you know, if you smelt cobblestone, you get normal stone. If you smelt normal stone, you get smooth stone. So that's 3 different building materials you can use right there that will help you in your endeavors in Minecraft. And an infinite water source. Now this design was by B00, who accidentally found it out, I believe. But there we go. Next one is this one. Now this is a bit more of a challenging build. As you can see through these windows, there is a little bit more redstone. But it's nothing major. It's neither here nor there. Put a creating table in this, or a crafting table rather. Come on now, Jay. The reason I put a crafting table in here is basically so as you don't end up with the melon slices, which will take up more room, obviously, than melons in your double chest. You just take up you collect all your melon slices and you craft them into melons. It's that easy. So I am going to go ahead and show you how to build this. Now, to start with, this is your footprint. It is a 9 by 8 footprint if you ignore this little L shape here. So this part of the footprint, this square, is 9 by 8. I will show you what this means as we build it. But what we are going to start off with first is we are going to dig these 3 bits out here. We are going to get ourselves a crafting table and a double chest. We are going to put our crafting table there. And we are going to put our double chest right about there. So that is those 2 bits done. We can get rid of them, no longer needed. Now we're going to get whatever building material you want to build with. I'm going to build this with stone because I've just made a cobblestone generator. So we're going to pretend that I'm in creative and that I'm in survival rather, and that is my only source of blocks. So I'm going to make it out of stone. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to come around this area like so. Okay? Just fill in all of these blocks except down there. Like so. And that is a good job. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to put our dirt in so as we know where we're going, basically. Now our dirt blocks are going to go down here and down the other side. And hey presto, there is our dirt block. And now what we do here is we fill in this part with stone again. So we are left with structure, space, structure, space, structure, space. Now, this is the front of your melon farm. So what you want to do is you want to take out the block underneath your barrier block and the next block back. You then want to get yourself a hopper. With said hopper, you want to go bang, bang. So now that is connected into your chest, which this is your collection system. You then want to go ahead and get yourself a water source and place it by there. And that is going to collect all the items that fall into this water source. They're going to go into said hopper, and the hopper is then going to put them into this chest, and job done. So now, next thing we need to do is we need to get ourselves some melon seeds and some pumpkin seeds. I can get rid of that for now because I don't need it. In fact, I can get rid of that completely because I don't need it. So there we go. And we're going to get ourselves some redstone items. We are going to get ourselves a piston. We are going to get ourselves some observers, and we are going to get ourselves some redstone dust. That's all you need for this farm to work. The other thing you will need is a light source. Now, it's taken me a while to decide what light source would be the easiest and quickest to get. And I've come up with the decision that early game, you're not looking to go to the nether as quickly as possible. You're looking to build yourself up first. So that gets rid of glowstone. Early game, you're not going to have the skill or the levels to take on a guardian challenge. So that puts sea lanterns out of the question, unless you find them scattered along the ocean floor or in drowned villages, stuff like that. However, the easiest one to come across is probably the jack-o'-lantern. So that is what we're going to use today as our light source. So now what we need to do is we need to put a water source here as well. Okay, infinite water source either side of this. That is going to help with our dirt and making sure that our irrigation system is all working nicely. So now what we need to do is we need to put our stone across here, temporary blocks. Again, I'm just using stone, but they can be temporary blocks. And the same this side. Now these are, as I just said, temporary blocks, or at least most of them are. So now what you want to do is you want to get yourself your observer at the front. There you go. 1, 2, 3. Do exactly the same the other side, so mirror it. So go 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Job done. Now with the pistons, whoops, you just want to go next to the observers, like so. Nice and easy, nice and simple farm to be done. This is nowhere near as good as Ilmango's farm, but Ilmango's farm is expensive. This one is cheap, it's quick, it's easy to build, and it doesn't take much redstone. And you can pretty much stack this as high as you want it to go. That's 2 layers. You can go as high as you want this. So now, with this back layer here, you only want to take the ones out that are behind the pistons. You want to leave the observer blocks behind on them. So I'll give you an example because I completely muddled up my English there. So you want it to look like that. So the blocks stay behind the observers. And then you want to go 1, 2, 3. It's very easy to know if you've done it wrong, because if you've done it wrong, I'll show you. It'll be a line instead of a dot. So take that out, put the block back. If you've done it correctly, there will be dots of redstone instead of lines. Boom, boom, and boom. And then you want to get yourself some glass. Not glass planes, but glass blocks. I'm just going to temporarily move the water so as I've got access to the glass blocks. And you want to put them 3 wide and 2 high, like so. And then you want to come behind here, like that. Okay. Again, you don't have to put any glass in here, but if there's a light source near to redstone, and a lot of light near redstone, it actually slows down the lag if you're on a server, so that's why I tend to keep my redstone on display and lit up, because it stops any lag from happening. So now what you want to do is you want to decide now which side you are going to put what material. Do you want your pumpkins this side or that side? Do you want your melons this side or that side? You want to, if you can find them, this is an optional extra. You don't have to do this. I just do it to save any confusion. So let's put them there and then there. And grab a pumpkin and a melon. Like I said, again, you don't have to do this. This is just to make it easier for me, because I'd forget my head if it wasn't screwed on. Just pop here what you want to put which side, and that will always make sure if you ever stack it, you've just got to check the bottom down and go, right, this side is pumpkins, this side is melons. Job done. With this being the back of the build, you can go ahead and just fill this in with stone all the way across. So I think I did glass. Yeah, I did a glass strip on the back of mine, but you don't have to. I may as well, just for continuity purposes, even though I'm hoping not to edit this video, apart from obviously putting my titles on the end and putting my start screen on. I'm hoping to just run this all the way through, and to be honest with you, it's going pretty well so far. So this is layer 1 done. You've got the redstone all wired up both sides, you have your water sources underneath these here. So this is all wired up. All you need to do now is grab yourself a hoeing tool. Once you've done that, you want to replace some of your blocks, because obviously your inventory is going to be rather full by this point, with the hoe and the melon seeds and the pumpkin seeds. And obviously this side is pumpkins, so you only need to hoe the ones in front of the observers, like so. Once you've done that, pumpkin, one there, and one there, and that shows that this is in fact working. And what happens is, as they grow, they plonk onto the block next to them. The stalk will bend to show that the pumpkin has in fact grown. When the stalk bends, this guy tells him or her, whichever, to launch it off the platform and launch it over here. And it hits the water source, goes down the water source, and well, you know how that bit works. So that is pretty much one layer done. So now this is pumpkins, which means we need this side for melon seeds. Again, 1, 2, and 3. Melon seeds, melon seeds, melon seeds. And there we go. That's layer 1 done. Now what we do, once we've done this, we can, I leave this open, but you can, if you want to, fill in this top area. But again, I leave it open. It's just easier. Okay, so now as you can see, that looks exactly the same as this. So now for the next bit, what we're going to do is we're going to go like so, across here, all the way. And this is basically a repeat of floor level. So because I've already told you what I'm going to do for this area, I am just going to go ahead and do it as silently as I can. If I think of something that I've missed, I will in fact tell you. However, I've pretty much done it now, so I may as well just carry on. So your top level will look like this. Kind of looks familiar, doesn't it? All you need to do is put a stone there, a glass there, a glass there, and there, and basically you're just repeating the pattern once again. Now we get our water back. We plant our water here, like so, and that will keep these completely irrigated and made sure that they stay, you know, tidy. You can then go ahead and go 1, 2, whoops, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I can count to more than 2, I promise you. There we go. So that's all your glass put in. So you can go ahead, you can get rid of your glass block completely now and replace it with a piston. Get a temporary block and go again like so, across the top there and across the top there. Again, these are temporary blocks. Most of these are temporaries as well. So you don't have to use stone. I'm just using it because it saves space really and saves time. So now, this is the important bit. You're going to make sure these are in the right place. So one there, and one there. And that's correct. Yep, that's right. Same the other side. So one by there, one by there, one by there. Job done. Oops. That's quite loud, isn't it? 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. You can now get rid of these across the top of here. The reason I don't cultivate these first is because as soon as you put a block on top, it's going to destroy it, so it's a waste of time. These are all done, apart from you got to take the ones out from behind the pistons and do that. Piston, bang, piston, bang, piston, bang, and there we go. Now we get stone again. Nope, not by there. And do that. 1, 2, 1, 2, above. And as you can see, once you've built it once, you get a lot quicker at it. And you can do it again and again and again and again. Now, as you can see, all of this is completely mirrored as to what it was like last time we built it on the lower level. So all I'm going to do now is just add the missing bits, and it's that simple. So we get our jack-o'-lanterns on top of our observers like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then we drop down to the lower level. Melons this side, so we can get rid of our jack-o'-lanterns, get rid of our pistons, get rid of our observers, get rid of our redstone dust, get rid of our water. Basically get rid of everything except the stone, these, the seeds, the iron hoe, and of course a new item, which will be a slab of either spruce or oak or whatever you want to use it as. It So these, whoops, these are melons. So 1, 2, 3, and these were pumpkins. 1, 2, 3. So now we get our hose, and we go 1, 2, 3. Put our melon seeds in. 1, 2, 3. There you go. As you can see, they're all working fine. There we are. Now that is completely done. That's completely finished. Apart from, all you need to do now, which you don't really need to do, it depends how high you want to go. If you want to go a lot higher, you just keep going higher and higher and higher and higher. Obviously, there is a build limit, and as well as a sub-chunk limit, which means if it's a certain amount away, distance-wise from you, it won't actually work that high up. But obviously, the lower levels will. So this is your farm completely done. As you know, there are water sources underneath this lot, which will hydrate these. That's your water recovery source then, that, you know, gets here. So now all you need to do is just put a roof on, and it is as simple as start on a corner and go 1, 2, 3, and there we go. Just fill it in. Once you've filled it in, that will be your roof done. You don't have to put a lip on it. I just do because in reality buildings have got an overhang, and I like things to look nice. I'm not the greatest builder in the world when it comes to Minecraft items, as you all know, but I'm pretty good at doing this type of stuff. So, you know, what I lack in one skill, I gain back in another. This is as simple as it can get when you're building one of these. Now, whilst I'm filling in this roof, I'm going to infill with my episode by talking about my merchandise shop that I have just set up on Teespring. It is selling cups, women's leggings, it's selling unisex hoodies, unisex t-shirts, women's t-shirts, selling bags, men's t-shirts, pillows, and it's also selling phone cases. Check it out. It is on Teespring. It is J.H.A.Gaming, and I've also got a Minecraft line coming out, which I've started designing, as well as my logo at the moment. So if you want to get your hands on some of my merchandise, then please feel free to check out my shop and make a purchase. It's all high quality stuff, and it's all organic and, you know, planet friendly, etc, etc. No dolphins have been murdered, you know, that type of stuff. It is all completely organic. It is completely animal, plant, and everything else friendly. So it's well worth having a look at. That is my episode done, and I do believe that I have done it in one sitting without having to edit absolutely any of it, which is perfect. Oh, and by the way, I've also figured out how to stop the sun from moving and to stop any of the weather. So, yeah. All in good time, guys. All in good time. I will catch you in the next episode. Don't forget to stay good, stay gaming. Don't maim, don't shame, just game. Bye-bye!